Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. And a good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk JDM with Ulisses Garcia, a local, very connected guy. Jeff has a feature on 7 fun facts about the automobile.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mars reviews the new Subaru BRZ Hot Rod. Just ahead on this segment of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning. It's a hot one here in Houston, Texas, and it's not raining. And it's going to be kind of that way all weekend long.
It's raining yet.
Yeah, we dashed by, or the hurricane dashed by us and made its way over to New Orleans, and I'm sure that was a big, ugly mess and probably millions without power. We're quite familiar with that. Mm-hmm. But that's another show for another day that doesn't include cars. Do we have Ulysses?
We do, but
we kind of do. He's on his left ear.
Oh, you're kind of on the side. Can you
need to go to landscape instead of horizontal.
Yeah, instead of vertical.
Yeah, what I said.
That's it. So, matter of fact, why don't you just
He can hear us.
Well, I know he can hear us. Why don't you just go ahead and pull him up we can see what he's doing.
Now I got vertigo.
See if we can help him.
Yeah, see, you're sideways. And we can't hear you, by the way.
Or it's because you're muted.
Or lay on your side.
Oh, my God. Well, he's a car guy. He's not an electronics guy, so.
Go figure.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So while he's
There he is.
There he is. Okay, so we got you right side up. Now we can't hear you. So you're going to have to unmute. Now we can hear you.
Awesome,
look at
great.
you.
This is not difficult.
So
maybe not.
Horizontal?
Just like that.
Perfect.
Don't twitch it. It's beautiful. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Here, I'm going to put it on a stabilizer.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So when you go and look at yourself after this show is over with and it's recorded and you can play it back, you're going to go, oh, dear God, did I do this?
All right. So I thought he was.
It's the thing nightmares are made of.
Hair care products there.
So what did you say?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. We're going to turn him into a television guy whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
You can put him back on.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Well, we'll decide that.
I'm ready when you are.
Do what?
We're on.
I'm ready when you are.
No, we're on the air.
We're on the air.
You're live and in color, right on the air right now.
Okay.
All right?
Perfect. How you guys doing? Good
Well,
morning.
we're good. Well, good morning to you. We're doing just fine, thank you. And whose garage are you in today?
I'm in my friend's Dewey Bowie's garage.
What's it called?
The garage is called the Wasabi Super Garage. It's owned by Dewey Bowie. He has a race program. I'm a part of it. We work on his race cars, which is mainly imports, Japanese vehicles. And he has a little bit of a collection here, too.
Ulysses and I had a conversation, right, when I first realized that he was a car guy. You said something about an 8,000 horsepower car.
5,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it by 3,000 horsepower.
Well, gee whiz,
Darn.
Don.
I mean, what,
Write it down
that
next
one's
time.
not here right now.
It's not.
It just shipped up north to get some chassis work done.
Uh-huh. Okay. So is this a professional shop? I mean, you guys do this full time, or your friend does?
Well, it's like a hobby race team, but we do this as much as possible. We have a schedule throughout the year, and we try to make it to as many races as possible.
Gotcha. It's kind of like the sportsman class of NHRA.
Yeah, just on other classes and other series.
Right.
So if this is just a hobby, you got some pretty high-tech stuff and some pretty fancy cars back there that look like they go real fast. So how big is that shop?
The shop's 4,500 square feet. I can show you all around a little bit.
Yeah, show us around. And while you're switching us around there, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing there. What is that green car?
Toyota Supra.
A Toyota Supra, uh-huh.
Yep, this one's Pro Charge with a Hemi in it. Pro Mod Hemi.
It has a Hemi in it?
A Pro Mod Hemi, yes.
A Pro Mod Hemi. So how many horsepower has that got in it?
Well, this one, we haven't disclosed numbers as we're competing in a No time, no numbers.
So in other words, the hood's closed for a reason.
Yep.
We can't see anything.
No.
Can you tell us whether it is a 4, 6, or 8-cylinder engine?
8-cylinder.
It's an 8-cylinder.
Yeah, this is a drag car.
It's a drag car.
That's a drag car. Yep.
Yeah. Are all of them drag cars, or do you have any hot rod street cars?
We have 3 drag cars. This is another one. It's a 240 SX Nissan with the Toyota Supra 2JZ motor in it.
What kind of motor is a 2JZ?
Toyota Supra?
No, the motor is a Toyota Supra motor?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
It's got a great big turbocharger on the front of it.
Which came out of this one. So this is the original Toyota Supra, and that's the motor that it came from, the 2JZ.
Okay.
It's a 3.0 inline 6.
So what's in that one?
Is
that
there
one's stock.
It's just stock now. So
mild little.
So in other words, you stole the good stuff and put it in the other car.
Put it in the Nissan 240 SX, correct?
Yeah. Wow. I'm sure that the Toyota and Nissan may have a little problem with it's kind of like Ford and Chevy. Hey, what do you got in that Ford? Oh, I got an LS motor in it. Okay. Is there a reason that you did that you would put a Toyota motor in a Nissan and vice versa?
Well, the Toyota, the 3.0 2JZ, it's a very powerful motor. It's got a lot of R&D. Can make really good power. Back in the day, they started a thing called the Super Nationals, where all the Supras would come out and play, and they would drag race, and they were making really big power back in the early 2000s. Now it's called Texas 2K. Well, of course, Baytown shut down recently, the drag strip, but that's where it used to be held at. Right now, I think they're doing Dallas in March.
Well, as you know, and as we discussed when we first started talking about this stuff, we are old timers and really understand about the JDM thing, because that is more your age group, because the cars that we grew up with, the hot rods that we now have, they don't exist anymore. I mean, you can go to, used to be able to go to Dodge and, get the 1,000 horsepower supercharged Hemi right from the factory. Well, we didn't have any of that, and clearly that might be out of y'all's age group price range. So you guys tended to go with, generally speaking, what your parents had in the driveway. The Honda Accord, and
Hondas,
right.
Yep.
So, and that's what we
90s
did.
Vehicles.
Yes, that's what we did back when we were obviously, young and in high school. But clearly, you guys have taken it to a new level there in the JDM world.
Yeah, I don't remember having any lifts. It seems like we were in the driveway crawling up underneath the car.
Yeah, with a shell driveway and floor jacks sinking into the dirt.
Of course, it made easy oil spill cleanup because it just sunk right into the ground.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It became a hazardous waste site in a matter of minutes. Okay, so do you consider pretty much anything as an import as a JDM car, or at least a possibility of being a JDM car?
Well, there's 2 ways of seeing it. JDM, Japanese domestic market, could be just anything directly from Japan, but a lot of people do see any imported car, whether you can buy it here in the United States, but it's from Japan, like a Honda or Toyota or Nissan as a JDM. I started off with a Honda Civic back in 2006, but I mean, right now a lot of people are importing right-hand drive cars.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I got a story that I saved. I got a story that I saved for you and our viewers and listeners this morning, and I'm going to read it. This is obviously an edited version of a story from Automotive News. Legal imports of 25-year-old cars from Japan and Europe have grown from fewer than 300 in 2009 to around 20,000 per year now. As these imports grow in popularity in the U.S. among collectors, some enterprising dealers are looking to capitalize. Because these cars don't meet federal safety and emission standards, they could not be registered in the U.S. until they turned 25 years old and were treated as collectibles. But each year, the pool of cars reaching that age grows, and with it, private imports to the U.S. In fact, Japanese domestic market cars are one of the fastest growing segments of the specialty used car market. Dealers from California to New York and many states in between, as well as private buyers, are importing them by the thousands each year now. And according to figures from two sources, 25-year-old cars from Japan and Europe are on track to set a sales record this year, reaching an approximate 20,000 based on import figures for the first 7 months of the year. Several Japanese websites make purchasing and importing such vehicles and shipping them to an American port as easy as clicking a mouse. Old cars from the UK and Germany make up the bulk of the rest of the 25-year-old vehicles entering the U.S., with Land Rovers, Mini Coopers, BMWs, and Porsches being popular private imports. So it gives our viewers and listeners an idea of the JDM market, specifically those cars that you guys really, I would imagine that those cars are over and above current basic, imported cars that you guys maybe have there in the shop that you showed us earlier. These are older cars, obviously 25 years old, bringing them into the United States and hot rodding. Do you have any of those in the shop? Well, yeah, hot rods, JDM hot rods, yeah.
This one behind me, 1999, 25 years old, right-hand drive.
What make is it?
Nissan.
It's a Nissan.
It's a Varietta. It's a convertible.
Very cool.
That is.
Let me flip it over.
That's a sharp-looking car.
So is there any car that you won't work on? Don's got a 2001 Corvette, and he brought it into you. Would you refuse it? Would you, accommodate him?
I mean, I work on everything. I personally own, like, European, a little bit of muscle, a little bit of import. But this one is the JDM Varietta. It's imported.
So somebody paid a car. So in Japan, obviously that car probably didn't look like that. I would imagine that it was imported, probably more in a stock condition, and you guys brought it here.
Body kit and all that.
Yeah. So you had the
body kit.
There you go. Yeah, and painted. I mean, you guys have put a lot of money and effort into that car.
Yes.
Yeah. How much money would you guesstimate that you've got invested in that car?
And keep in mind, you're not married, so you can tell us the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's been fully overdone. It's got it also has a 2JZ in it, so it's crazy. It's a lot of money.
So a lot of money. So we're probably talking over $50,000.
Maybe.
See, he's one of those kind of guys that you really don't know about what he's actually got in his deck of cards, because he ain't showing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got that. Well, okay. Let's go away from that aspect of it, because we're kind of running short on time. Tell me about something that you can tell me about that's in the shop. Something maybe you're working on for a friend or something.
Oh, okay. So this truck right here, we've been working on it all week. This is one of his drag trucks, and it has a 2JZ as well.
You guys like that 2JZ, don't you?
Yeah, it's a powerful motor. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys goose it up even more.
And we have it figured out. We have it figured out pretty well. We actually hold records with this one over here. Oops, sorry, that one over there.
Okay.
And this one has a similar setup now. We've ran this one before. It runs really good times in the eighth and quarter, but it should go way faster now.
It looks like it's got a dual overhead cam. Is that correct?
Yes.
The dual overhead cam. Now, did it come that way from the factory?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Two cams. Everything from the factory, other than maybe modified headers, turbo, intake. Everything's been modified outside. Of course, inside too: pistons, rods, cams, retainers, springs. But that's the way it is. It's a inline six and.
Well, if you were to say, hey man, you got a choice between a 4, an inline 6, a V6, or a V8, which one would you take? I'll take the inline 6 because of the torque that an inline six is capable of making. It is my engine of choice. How big is that turbocharger you got on that thing?
This one on here is a 98 millimeter.
Wow. Huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've obviously had to modify the radiator there to accept all of that, the plumbing and the placement of the turbo.
Yeah, it's the intercooler. Currently, we're not going to run it with water, but it is set up to possibly run water. We're going to test all that out. But yeah, everything is fully modified.
Is that a drag car?
It's a drag truck. It's a Toyota Tacoma.
Okay.
Also an import.
All right.
And I mean, it doesn't come with this motor, and we made it go that.
It's a fancy looking radiator too.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an intercooler.
Intercooler.
Yeah, intercooler.
But let me ask you. So, would you take it to the drag strip?
Yes, for sure. That's what it's for.
Right. And when is the next? What is the next event that you're going to enter it in?
We're trying to make it to an event in Florida. It's in 3 weeks, Florida 2K.
Yep.
We should be doing some testing with it soon. Hopefully everything fires up. We don't have that many issues. I mean, of course, if there are, we'll fix them and adjust from there. But we should be going to the track really soon with this one. We have an Instagram account where we post all the cars and everywhere we go, and
what's the title of the Instagram account?
The title of the Instagram account is at and then Wasabi Supra.
Wasabi, W-A-S-A.
Wasabi Supra.
Okay, Wasabi. Okay, there you go. All right, Wasabi Supra. All right. Well,
so that's where we show everything.
Yeah.
From the shop to, just going on cruises, doing photo shoots, or just going to events or car meets.
Well, I want to know where we can get information on the cruises and the car meets that you guys have that the public's invited to.
Okay. A lot of the events that we go to are it's a series. Donald X Production. He does a series throughout the year. Field Tech has a Radio Outlaw series as well. Mainly Facebook for local stuff, whether it's Cars and Coffee or just we're taking the car somewhere to just show them how to, a car.
I want to go.
Oh, I'll invite you to the next one.
Please do. Yeah, I want to go because I've never been, and you guys would be the age of, can I say it? Grandson. But that's okay. I mean, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and you are the first actual person that we have talked to on this show that is a JDM guy.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
And when you told me you were into JDMs, I'm going, oh my God, come here and let me hug you.
He does it a lot.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, but roots imports.
Yeah, that because we just our stuff is old muscle stuff, and the events that we go to, generally speaking, other than new car events that John Gray has over at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, we mainly are going to events that has more hot rod stuff that you might
hot
be familiar
rods, muscle cars,
classics.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So at any rate, we'll talk, and you'll be back on with us, and and you let us know as soon as you got something planned that we can all go to.
Looks like you had a Camaro behind him there.
Is that a Camaro back there?
The black one?
Yeah, it's from the rods.
No, not that one. You were standing next to it. Yeah, that one. There you go.
Another one that we race.
67, 68, something like that.
Yep, 67 Camaro. This one also has a Pro Mod Hemi in it with a supercharger. Our friend Rob Valden.
Well, it's great. It's
Beautiful.
great. Listen, man, we really appreciate you coming in today, and we will talk to you again soon, and we appreciate your time. Ulisses Garcia, thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Take care. All right. We're going to take a quick break. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. And a new daily podcast. Well, it's available from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
We got a lot going on in here in the studio this morning.
A lot.
Yeah, no, I don't. You do.
Nothing good, but it's a lot.
No, yeah, I know. Anything to deal with you, Mr. Mars, is usually not a good thing because he's over there futzing. That's a word. Futzing with the internet and all of the other connections that we've got going on over there.
And it's challenging.
It is. It's challenging for all of us. Okay, time now for Jeff's feature this hour. 7 fun facts on the automobile you may or may not know, Jeffrey.
Okay, well, surprising stories about the evolution of the car. What is the world's best-selling car? How long would it take to drive to the moon? What does the word car come from? And who invented the first turn signal? Well, we're going to tell you all about that. So the world's first speeding ticket was issued in 1896 to Mr. Walter Arnold of East Peckham, London. He was clocked doing an alarming 8 miles per hour, which is 12. Oh, yeah. 12 kilometers of his motorized vehicle, 4 times the 2 mile an hour speed limit, which was actually enforced. He was fined 1 shilling in order to pay 9 shillings in cost. And those are all the shillings. Those are the baby
They
shillings,
look like a bunch of heathens.
I'm telling you what. The invention of the windshield wiper in 1903, an American woman named Mary Anderson. She was born in 1866 and died in 1953. But she invented the first windshield wiper. Look at that.
Thank you, Mary.
You bet. First automobile to reach sales of 30 million. That's million. According to the Guinness World Records, the Toyota Corolla was the first automobile in history to reach sales of 30 million. It's the best-selling car ever. That's a good-looking car. That's a JDM there. Do you know that 95% of all cars' life is spent in a parked position? In some big cities, it drops to about 92% due to the increased traffic and extended commuting time. The fact, on the average, your car only spends about 5% of its life running on the road is because it's parked overnight or in parking lot during the day. How about that? Front license plates, we've got some behind me in the studio. Some of these are rear license plates. Laws regarding license plate displays vary significantly across the United States, with 29 states currently requiring both front and rear license plates, while the remaining 21 states necessitate only a rear plate. How about that? You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Okay, and last one we have, jamming all day. The average driver will spend approximately 99 days of their life stuck in traffic.
Per year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White is whiter than white. White remains the most popular color choice among car buyers worldwide. The reasons for this vary from the ease of maintenance and the color association with luxury to its high visibility the less likelihood of being involved in an accident. So there you go. You
Very
didn't
good.
know that, did you?
You didn't.
I like
No,
white
you
cars
didn't.
because you can keep them cleaner.
Well,
They
true.
don't show dirt as bad as a black car. Black
Pretty much.
cars clean, look
Don't
better.
talk to me about a black car. I know everything that there is to
Well,
know about a
I've had
black
and
car.
there's a reason you have one, because they look great. But you have to clean on it a whole lot more
Actually,
than I have to do my
no.
white
I
car.
wish that car were silver or something other
Yeah.
than black, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've had red ones,
Well, I
silver
know a
ones,
place
black
you can
ones.
get wrapped.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that either. But thank you for the offer.
I've heard him rap. He's not
Okay,
very good
Mr.
at it.
Mars, it's
Yeah,
your
he's not
turn
very
for
good
the
at
review of
all.
the 2024 Subaru BRZ. Please go.
The 2024 BRZ TS. This is a new model or a new trim level that came out this year. And this is actually the second generation of this vehicle. It was introduced in 2022 as the second gen. It comes in 3 trim levels, premium, limited, and again the TS. It is a 2-door sports car. It is rear-wheel drive. It's got the long front hood lines. It's got the TS has the upgraded sports tuned suspension on it, and it's got the steering responsive LED headlights, so they kind of turn with you for your tracks or your nights out on the road. LED daytime running lights, tail lights. TS Bembro brake package on this vehicle, and it comes with some 2540 R18 summer performance tires rolling on aluminum 18-inch wheels. Now on the inside of this vehicle, it's got the 8-inch multi-screen system up front. Now this is where you're going to find your nav, your convenience controls, your Apple CarPlay, Android, all those good things. It has ultra sway performance front seats, so they've got a little bit bigger bolstering on them, so that again, this car is very track oriented, and so it all fits into all of it. The front seats are heated, however, and the rear seats are there. It comes with an 8-speaker.
Call them seats?
Well, they call them seats. They look like seats. One of my granddaughters called them seats as well. The other one said something else about them. But it does have an 8-speaker audio system that to me is rather retro 60s. It needs a little bit of help. Considering all the wonderful things that are out there in technology, this one sounded a little weak as far as I was concerned, because it wouldn't help overcome the road
And we
noise.
know that you're the audio aficionado.
Yeah.
Well, this vehicle, whenever you're driving it, it does have a lot of road noise on it, and a lot of engine noise, because the 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder, 228 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. We had the 6-speed manual transmission. Now, it doesn't have a tow rating, but it will haul donkey. Now, all these vehicles are all rear-wheel drive. The CPA says in the city you should be getting about 20 miles to the gallon on the Highway 27 and combined 22. I actually drove this vehicle 335 miles and got a 27.5 miles per gallon average on it.
Not bad.
And again, the TS is very performance oriented. It is the trim, and everything is oriented towards that, including the firm ride. Now, it does ease up out on the highway at some kind of speeds to it kind of lines out a little bit later, I guess, because it's not riding so low on the road, because it's flying high. The base model price on this vehicle, if you're looking for one, is $31,315. The base trim price is $34,345, and the as tested price is $36,465.
Wow.
Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, the Toyota GR86 starts at $29,300 versus the $31,300 for this vehicle. The Mazda MX-5 is $28,985, and the Ford Mustang was another one that, to me, is basically a 2-door sports car, $31,920. So if you're looking for that little sports car ride and drive, it's all right here. All the pricing on these cars are all about the same. And as we talked about earlier, it could use a little more juice under the hood, but it's still a fun car to drive.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Today's In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by the group of original Lupi Tortilla restaurants in Houston, Beaumont, and College Station. Also, Gulf Coast Auto Shield and our friends over at Pro-Am Auto Accessories. We continue In-Wheel Time right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge and Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The N-Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.